today. From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, this is the National Football League. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Well, we knew snow was a possibility for this game, and the weather was happy to oblige with a nice layer of white over Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium, and we got more snow on the way. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here we go. Yeah, 43.
A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now here's Young. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try to throw now. Young. A throw left side, reeled in by the rookie wideout. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
1st and 10, Young. That one complete to Ligon. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Looking to throw, Young. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. To the air once more, Young. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flush to his right. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Well, we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On the move to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Steelers.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Young. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. The play fake. Now Young.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
DJ Wanham got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here's 2nd and 7.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
To throw, Young.
Throw right side taken by Sanders.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Bryce Young. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are once again back in front.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Rodgers.
That's caught downfield by Pickens.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now a play fake. Rodgers. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 33 yards.
And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14 to 10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back.
There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it.
And the ball is knocked out.
And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right number.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Young to throw it. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Young working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Young working out of the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Hubbard. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Young now. And that's complete to Sanders. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Give them 18 on the play.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. To throw on 2nd down is Young. That's over the middle to his tight end Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here is Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Working from the gun, Rodgers gets this one to Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On first down, Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4. Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing, Young.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A first down throw for Young. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. Pulled in at the 24. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers in the offense heading back out. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Young looks to throw on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And the Panthers have cut the lead back down to 2. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defense.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. D.J. Waddle. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting in the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he's going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Here we go, T. Get up, feet, and get up. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Get up.
Harris running straight ahead. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Rodgers now to throw. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch.
And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Rodgers.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Steelers are able to extend their lead.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And Raheem Blackshear now to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A give running right, it's Hubbard. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Young on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. That throw by Young incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to 1st down.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
They're going deep for Hill. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket.
That went down the field for Freiermuth.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And that one results in 35 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Now Rodgers, quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half. And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
2nd and 7.
Young will set to throw.
Got a man, that's Liggett. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Now Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And we are tied at 27-all. Nothing separating these 2 teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I know he ain't got it.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Derek Brown.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. On play action, now Rodgers. He's got a man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing.
Each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end it. Every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
1st down, Young.
Checks this down to Hubbard.
And out across midfield down to the 45.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
That's big Cameron Hayward adding another sack to his career total.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Young now from the 50.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Looking to throw, Young. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. And that is no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
On the give, this is Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They hand off to their big tight end, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run with Harris, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Blackshear now on the return. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It's Young on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Young on 3rd down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Rodgers.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Rodgers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Rodgers again now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Let's go. Black 40.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard.
And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Young off the play fake. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Rodgers going to throw.
George Pickens.
And finally brought down at the 43. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Throwing is Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
On play action, Rodgers. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And his throw is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
On the give, this is Hubbard.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
This 2nd and 4. They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs. First and 10, Young.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
Down the right sideline.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Young.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
They'll give him 4 yards there. 3rd and 7 now. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And Young's throw there incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Rodgers. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers.
Pickens is there on the crossing route.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And again, it's Rodgers. A quick slant to Hill. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. So much for the first down.
And they coulda, woulda, shoulda had a first down, but my English teacher's not going to be happy with this one. They did know.
On second down, this is Harris. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to be touchdown short of a first. And it's 4th down coming up.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And here's Freiermuth again. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Young. That is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to...
Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll throw again. Young. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brooks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now here's Young. And he'll just get rid of him.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Young going to give to Brooks. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Brooks, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Steps away.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
He'll buy some time right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role. Really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
DJ Wadham getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned.
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. To throw is Rodgers. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Boswell for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So now Young and the Panthers down by 2 touchdowns. 1:53 remaining. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Young able to find Thielen.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
That throw by Young incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go. 10 flat.
Young to throw.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now Young. That is caught. He finds his big target, Liggett.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Brooks.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Here's Young.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. 3rd and long for Young.
Got a man. That's Liggett. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. No choice but to go. Here's 4th.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
Escapes the defender. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Rodgers looking to throw.
That'll be caught by Hill.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 39 yards.
And the Steelers tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. To throw on 2nd down is Young, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers throwing here. Buying time to his left. That went down the field for Freiermuth. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Panthers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL.